So this is my 2,400 points of Chaos Dwarfs. First time testing them out. Starting with the characters. On the left there's a Sorcerer Prophet. He has a Chalice of Blood and Darkness, the Black Shard armor that he comes with standard, and a Talisman of Preservation. He is level 3 wizard with Lore of Hashut. And then next to him on the right there's an Infernal Castellan. He has the armor of Berserk the Cruel. He's also the BSB and has a Dawnstone and Great Weapon. For core, a unit of 23 Infernal Guards with Hand Weapon and Shield, full command. And then a unit of 20 Infernal Guard with full command but with Great Weapon. And then for special, 2 Death Shrieker rocket launcher, and then 2 units of 6 Kidai Fireborn without a champion, and then for rare, 1 Kidai Destroyer. And my level 3 for his spells, I took the signature spell, Breath of Hatred, and then the Curse of Hashut, and the Flames of Asgore.
Welcome back to 10 Island Gaming. For today's matchup we have Tomb Kings versus Chaos Dwarfs. We play 2400 points battle line. And this is my Tomb Kings army. It is led by a High Lich Priest, level 4, with Nekahara. He carries Dispel Scroll and Talisman of Preservation. And I have one Lore of Light with Power Stone, and I have a Tomb Prince here. He carries Dawnstone, Dragon Helm and Sword of Striking, and the Necrotech is just with an Enchanted Shield. For core I have 5 units of 5 Skeleton Horse Cavalry, bare naked. I have 1 unit with, it should be 22 skeleton warriors, just with standard bearer and musician, and they have also light armor and spears. And for the other unit, it should be 21 skeleton warriors, and they also have standard bearer and musician, but they only have light armor. For special, I have 38 Tomb Guards with standard of Undying Legion as a banner, and they got halberds as well. For rare, I have 1 casket, the auto include in the Tomb King's army, and I got a Necrosphinx with no upgrade, and I got Screaming Skull Catapult with the upgrade. Yes, this is my 2400 points of Tomb Kings. And for spells, I rolled Incantation of Cursed Blades, and Incantation of Righteous Smiting, and Incantation of Desiccation, and Incantation of Protection. And for my level 4 with light, I rolled off Net of Amitok, Speed of Light, Fast Protection, and Birona's Time Warp. Yeah, let's do this. It's gonna be really hard, but very fun.
End of Chaos Dwarfs movement phase for turn 1. The Iron Guard just turned around here to come on the flank. The Kidai Fireborn moved up a bit, and the other unit of Iron Guard, Infernal Guard actually, Infernal Guard, first game with them, sorry, turned up as well. The Kidai charged into the
Skeleton Horse Archer.
Skeleton Horse Archers here, and the other unit of Fireborn just marched up on the right flank. On to magic and shooting. We did a combined magic, shooting and close combat for Chaos Dwarfs turn 1. For shooting, the first Death Shrieker rocket launcher did his demolition rockets instead of the normal infernal incendiaries, and aimed at the Necrosphinx and actually managed to kill him with a direct hit, and then he failed. No, there was no ward save.
No.
No ward save, but a strength 8 versus toughness 8, and then managed to do 5 wounds. And then the second one fired onto this unit, managed to hit, so it was a large template, and killed 3 Tomb Guards and 3 normal skeletons. For magic, I only had 4 power die, and the only thing I could cast was Flames of Asgore. I miscast it onto his unit here. I didn't really do anything, 1 casualty, but I lost 3 of mine from the miscast. I got detonation. And then for close combat, the Kidai Destroyer destroyed the Skeleton Horseman. On to Tomb King's turn 2.
Yes, turn 1, Tomb Kings. I had no charges, obviously, but I put my fast cav here, and hopefully I can stop him a little bit more. I put this fast cav here as well. Hopefully I can stop them as well. Next turn, I shuffle up my Skeleton Warrior and Tomb Gods. And here I did Swift Reform, but I didn't succeed my leadership, so they couldn't move. Here I moved up my fast cav here, and here's my last fast cav. Put them there. Hopefully we can do a wound or 2 on the cannons there. Yes. On to magic and shooting. Yes, Winds of Magic and shooting. Despite I got 11 die, the first spell I tried to cast was from the Lore of Light, to try to give them initiative 10 and weapon skill 10, but I managed to do a double 1, so he lost the concentration. And for my Nekahara, I did Incantation of Protection on my Tomb Guard unit there, and I also did my Undying of the Death, I think it's called, the Standard Bearer, the Bearer, and regenerate 3 of the Tomb Guards. And for shooting, I shot with my Skull Catapult to his, I don't know what he's called.
Shrieker rocket launcher.
Yeah, Death Shrieker rocket launcher. I got a direct hit and killed him, luckily, so that was quite good for me. And my fast cavs did no wounds. On to Chaos Dwarfs turn 2.
Chaos Dwarfs turn 2, end of movement phase. Failed charge from the Infernal Guard to the Skeleton Archers, Horse Archers here. Not surprising, so they stumbled forward 3 inches. And then the Kidai Fireborn managed to get the charge in on the other unit of Skeleton Horse Archers. Yeah, here. And the Destroyer actually snuck around the mountain there to come up in the back. The other unit of Fireborn is sneaking around towards the left. They did not charge into the front. And then the last unit of Infernal Guard is just moving upwards a little bit. On to magic and shooting. End of Chaos Dwarfs turn 2, we combine magic, shooting and close combat again, because it was so little. For magic phase, the only spell that was in range was again the Flames of Asgore. And again a miscast, but a little bit better this time. I managed to kill 8 Tomb Guards.
Yeah,
8 Tomb Guards. Yeah. From the miscast, the ward save saved my Sorcerer Prophet, but 6 of the Infernal Guards died in turn. Then the rocket launcher tried another direct hit towards the stone thrower there, but it missed. And then close combat, the Fireborn killed the
one-sided combat.
Killed the skeleton horse archers here and turned up. And then we move on to Tomb Kings turn 2.
Turn 2, Tomb Kings. I had no charge. Instead I had quite a lot of moves. I put my fast cav here. I moved my light level 4 wizard into the Tomb Guard unit just to face this beast. I turned my casket as well, so he gets front arc. And then I try to swift reform my Tomb Guards to get closer to his
Fireborn.
Fireborn, yeah. But I got 11, so they could just reform and not move, unfortunate. And this unit here moved up as much as they could, and this fast cav blocked them here. Yes, Winds of Magic. I tried to cast Berona's Time Warp, but he managed to dispel it. And I also tried to cast Incantation of Protection to my Tomb Guards there. He used this his die to dispel that.
No, yes,
I think it was, yeah. And then he used his item...
Chalice of Blood and Darkness.
Yes, Chalice of the Blood Darkness, and took all my die that I got left. So it was a really bad magic phase for Tomb Kings. And for shooting, I tried to kill his cannon there, but I got a misfire, so it can't shoot just this turn. And close combat we have none, so over to Chaos Dwarf turn 3.
Chaos Dwarfs turn 3, end of movement phase, a lot of successful charges. The dwarves finally reached the skeleton archers here. The Fireborn charged the other unit of skeleton horse archers. 1 inch charge. The other unit of Fireborn charged in here. And then the Kedai Destroyer failed his frenzy test, and but then failed the charge into the same unit. And then the last unit of Infernal Guards just moved up to get in range for some more spells. On to magic and shooting. For magic, I tried to snipe out the level 4 light with the Curse of Hashut, but that one was dispelled. And then I got on Hatred onto the Fireborn. And that was it for the magic phase. Shooting, I tried again to hit his stone thrower, but missed again. And then for close combat, the dwarves killed off the fast cav with 1 casualty in return, and the Fireborn killed off these guys, overcharged forwards. These Fireborn killed off the other fast cav and turned to face the warriors. And I think that was it. On to Tomb Kings turn 3.
I had 1 charge, which I success. My Tomb Guard into his flank there. I backed up a little bit my Hierophant unit, so he's 12 inch from my Tomb Guard unit. And this unit actually moved towards this unit here. Yes, on to magic and shooting. Winds of Magic, Tomb Kings. I got 12 die versus 6. 5. It was really good for me. I got off Incantation of Protection, which gave them 5 up ward save, and I also got Speed of Light, which gave them Initiative 10 and Weapon Skill 10. I tried to cast Incantation of Desiccation on this unit, 1 - 2 strength and toughness, but he dispelled that. I also tried to cast my innate bound spell from Casket to his Kid Eye Destroyer. Leadership test, but he successfully cast that, so no wounds on him. Off to close combat. I forgot my shooting phase, but my opponent was very kind to me, and he let me shoot, and I actually killed it, so it was very good for me. Very kind of my opponent. Yes, now turn to close combat. Yes, that was the close combat. My Tomb Guards did it quite good. I hit all the attacks and managed to kill. Now I make 7 wounds despite his saves and all that stuff.
So the rest crumble.
Yeah, they crumble. Thanks to Speed of Light and Incantation of Protection. So yeah, good for the Tomb Kings. To Chaos Dwarf turn 4.
Chaos Dwarfs turn 4, end of movement phase. These guys marched up the flank. I backed up with the other unit of Infernal Guard away from the Tomb Guards. The Fireborn charged into the Skeleton Warriors here, and the Destroyer failed the charge towards the Casket. Then on to Winds of Magic, and no shooting anymore. End of Chaos Dwarf's turn 4. For Magic, I first tried to snipe his level 4 again with the Lore of Light, but that was dispelled using the dice. And then I cast the Flames of Asgore again, and that one was dispelled using the Dispel Scroll from the Tomb Kings. Moving on to close combat, this unit wiped out the Skeleton Warriors here and turned up to charge the Casket in next turn. And no shooting, so that was it. Over to Tomb Kings turn 4.
I had obviously no charges. I moved up this as much as I could, and I reformed my Hierophant unit just to follow the Tomb Guards and try to run away from this very dangerous unit. Off to Winds of Magic and shooting. Winds of Magic, despite I got 11 dice, I managed just to get in. I tried to cast Birona's Time Warp, but it got dispelled with his dice. I casket his big giant Kirai Destroyer, and I managed to do 1 wound, and I used my banner to revive 3 more Tomb Guards. That was it for the magic. And for shooting, I shot with my Skull Catapult into his level 4 or level 3 wizard unit there, and killed 3 actually, and they fled. They didn't manage to do their leadership, so that was, I don't know if it was good or not. They come pretty far away from my Tomb Guards now. Yes.
End of movement phase, Chaos Dwarfs turn 5. The Kedai Fireborn charged the Casket, and the Destroyer marched up here. And then I couldn't rally my unit with my general here, so they actually fled off the table despite having the Resolute, so they fled 1 inch shorter. But they fled off, so that was a good shot from the Skull Catapult. And then the other unit moved up here. So no magic and just close combat now. End of Chaos Dwarfs turn 5. The Kidai Fireborn destroyed the casket, which blew up. Didn't injure the Fireborn, but managed to do 1 wound on the destroyer. And now on to Tomb King's turn 5.
I had obviously no charges. I moved out my Hierophant from the warrior unit there. So in his last turn he can't reach my Hierophant, just the unit. And I turn up my Tomb Guards towards the Kedai onto Winds of Magic and shooting. Winds of Magic, Tomb Kings. I got 5 die. I managed to get off Incantation of Protection onto this unit. And I tried to cast Speed of Light on them as well. Weapon skill and initiative 10, but it got dispelled. And for shooting, I actually tried to do some wounds on this Kadain, but he managed to save his ward save. Yeah, that was my turn.
Chaos Dwarfs turn 6, so my last turn on the game. The Destroyer charged this unit of warriors because it was in the front, and hopefully I can get an overcharge into the... what's it called?
Hierophant.
Hierophant back here. Tried to get into the flank with the Fireborn as well, but they failed the charge, and then just moved up my remaining Infernal Guards for no good reason. BSP. Yeah, Winds of Magic, nothing, so we move on to close combat. So my last turn of the game, just did not manage to kill off enough. 2 more wounds and they would have crumbled away, but 4 remains here. And that was it, so moving on to last turn of the game, Tomb King's turn 6.
I actually charged his Kidai. I don't know if it was a good idea, but I did it just for you guys. And hopefully we can kill him, or else he might kill my unit and my level 4 light or something. We will see. Magic phase. I got a really good magic phase. Not that much dice, but my opponent don't have any wizard, so I got off Speed of Light and fast protection on my Tomb Guards, so that was very good for me. Yeah, and I tried to shoot down his BSP units here, and hopefully he could flee with 1 less to its leadership, but I missed. Off to close combat.
We were a bit fast with clearing the table, but after Tomb King's last turn of the game, the Kidai survived with 1 wound. He managed to get the Tomb Guard unit down to half points and killed off the warriors in the front. But summing up, there was a small victory for the Tomb Kings in the end. I would contribute this mostly to the Skull Catapult that costs what? 100 points. He made my unit with my general and sorcerer flee off the table, so that was 800 points gone. And then killed both of the rocket launchers, so another 200 points. So that one alone managed to kill 1000 points of the Chaos Dwarfs.
With no crew.
with no crew.
So we need to do it all over again.
Otherwise, it was a interesting game. A bit weird magic faces and some failed charges, but yeah, I would blame the catapult for this loss 100%.